Welcome. Today we are going over static grass, and I'm going to do a quick little review here because I've never done static grass before, so I'm kind of learning as I go. We are going to be using this static flocking tool from Amazon. Kind of be reviewing this. I was also looking at the Woodland Scenics static grass tool. But this I had gotten as a gift, and it's actually cheaper than the Woodland Scenics. So we'll see if this one holds up as good as everybody else says. This one does come with a DC adapter if you choose to use so. It also comes with your manual, gives you some instructions on how to use it, and kind of tells you what you need to do and how you need to use it. It does come with some extra coverings for the different sizes of static grass that you can use. So let me take a quick peek here. It says it comes with a 1 millimeter opening, 2 millimeter opening, and a 4 millimeter openings on that. And they are actually quite large on this. The one that's actually installed on it originally was the 2 millimeter opening. That's the one I'm going to use because I want to use some 4 millimeter static grass. And of course I want it to come straight up and down, so I want to kind of have a little bit more opening for a little bit better grass. I would assume that just because of the wiring size of the openings, if you can kind of see that, this is the 1 millimeter opening, this is the 4 millimeter opening. So this would allow a lot more product to be dropped down in there. So I'm not going to be really using these or anything else. It does allow you to actually run a 9-volt battery, which I have plugged in there. And unlike the Woodland Scenics one, this case cover does actually close up. Apparently I've read a lot of people saying that on the Woodland Scenics you cannot close the 9-volt battery cover. And of course it also doesn't come with the DC deal. So that is this product. We're going to give it a shot, see how it works, and see if I like it enough. I'd like to try to use the battery style instead of using this. Main reason is because, of course, the cord lengths going across everything, that becomes a little bit of an issue. So I'd rather not use that. It's really simple operation. It's got an on-off for turning it on. So that would mean it's on. It's got an LED light to let you know that it's charging or not. And the only time that it's going to do that is when you push the button. So as you can tell, it lights up as soon as I push that, which is causing the charge up above there. Then you need to take your static clip and put a little pin down in the base, collect this down onto that, and then that will create the whole charge setup as you are shaking this above it. So that is for static grass. So let me get some things set up and changed here, get the pin. My plan is to actually put some static grass on this little area down in here because I wanted to try to fill this in. This is supposed to be more of a field area, kind of prairie grass, so that's kind of what I'm going for. So let me reset up a couple things and then we'll get started on doing that. Okay, so I have everything completed that I need so I can do my static grass. So of course I have my flocking tool that I'm using. I also have the static grass that I'll be using, which is all Woodland Scenics, but I've got 7 millimeter light grass that I have. I've got 4 millimeter straw, 4 millimeter light green, and 7 millimeter medium green. What I'm going to be using for the test is actually just this 4 millimeter light green, but I picked up these other ones because there might be some other areas on my layout later on that I might do some static grass to, just to see how that works. But I'm trying to kind of create a prairie grass area into this little location here to see how that'll work out. So we'll set these aside and not use them. I also have foam nails. I'm needing just one of those so I can pin it into the area so that way I can attach the flocking tool to it to complete the circuit to allow the static grass to actually work like it needs to. I also bought Woodland Scenics static tack. I've also heard that you could use regular glue, but I have not tried that. So if you happen to have any ideas, if it does work, leave a mention in the comments on what else that you guys use. But since this is my first time trying it out, I thought I'd give it a shot and see how well this works. Beyond that, roll of paper towels, gotta have that, that's a must. And pair of scissors so I can cut some things open here. So, all right, first thing that I have been seeing on this thing is, which I've been doing this well before this, but is to shake up your static grass. I cannot talk today. Static grass glue. You want that really shaken up, mix up the material really, really good. So we're gonna shake that up. Okay. And of course I've mixed that up quite a bit already. Next thing, we're going to open up. Ooh, this is kind of, okay, so I have to give Woodland Scenics credit on this. Maybe some of you have already known about this, but like I said, this is my first time doing it. I've never opened one of these packages before. This is nice. They actually give you a resealable package. That is nice. I'm very happy with that. So, I guess I don't need a pair of scissors then to open that up, do I? That is awesome. All right, so we take the cap off. They also say that, okay, so this wire inside here is what actually heats up. They also say that if, which I'm gonna try it without it. I'm only gonna put a small amount in to start with because, you know, I really don't know what I'm doing. Which doesn't take much. Oh, okay, so I was incorrect. I was thinking that this was gonna just open straight up. Not so much. Do need a pair of scissors. They do have that heat pressed, melted on the plastic for an actual seal up above. But then they also give you the opening down below. So that's still nice. I still give Woodland Scenics credit because now I can seal that back up after the fact. Okay. So we're just gonna pour a little bit of grass in there because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Get maybe an eighth or a quarter of it filled. There we go. There, so I'm only gonna fill about a quarter of that full, just to see how well this works. Okay. And we're gonna put that back down on there. Okay. And we're gonna get this to where when I set it down, it doesn't leak everywhere. Undo the line. All right. So we're gonna take, I'm gonna do just a small test first because I really don't know how well this is gonna turn out. I'm excited to try it, but I really don't know how this is gonna turn out. So we're gonna make just a small little area here. And they say that this is supposed to end up drying out clear when it's done. You can also take, in the instructions, it also says that you can brush this out smooth if you want. If you have a brush, you can. I don't have any of my foam brushes with me, so I'm just gonna use paper towel to kind of smooth it out just a little bit. There, so I've got a, roughly it's about 2-inch wide by maybe a 4-inch little patch area to try. So I'm going to set my pin on the very far edge. And of course I want to keep my hands as clean as possible. I don't want to have any electricity getting on my hands. That would be bad. Okay, well now. So they say anywhere from 3 to 10 inches, which that's kind of weird, but I'm gonna try it at 3 inches. Okay, so push the button. I'm gonna try to stick it around 2.5. Woo, popping. Nice, I must be getting it a little too close to the pin. All right, by gosh, that is working. That is cool. All right, so we've got that on. We're just gonna turn that off for a second. You do not wanna touch this end because of course it's really, really hot right now. They do say that in the instructions, and I know that's with any flocking tool that I've read about. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it standing up. That looks good. That looks really good. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So that is, as you can tell, you can kind of see some of the grass standing up in certain areas on it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed with this. Now this is 4mm, and some of it does lay down sideways. But as I'm down here, I can see that 4mm is actually up about 1/4 of an inch off of the area here. So you know, and I've read that a lot. A lot of people say that, you know, most of it will stand up, but some of it does flop over from side to side, and that's gonna happen. And I've got some around in some other areas there. So now what I wanna do is I'm gonna try to create a little bit more glue out in some area here, and I don't know, I'm thinking I might try I might mix this with a little bit of the 7mm stuff. There, hopefully that I can spread that. Ooh, not too much down through there. Let's see here, we're gonna start this again. And give it some power. Okay. Hopefully that is neat. Okay, so I'm gonna stop that. I've got a little bit left in here that I want to get over there, but I need to make sure I turn this off. Undo this for a second. All right, now we're gonna take my pin. Because apparently going too close to the pin causes an arc, which is not a good thing. All right, there we go. Oh, that looks awesome. All right. So that's my prairie area. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go by and we are going to try a little bit, just a little bit. We're still going to use the exact same opening, which is that 2mm opening, and I want to try it with the 7mm grass. All right. Okay. Give this a shot, I guess. I am really impressed with that, and I'll probably go by and kind of blend this in just a little bit better with my regular grass, but I'm gonna let this set up for right now. And then after you let it set up, you can go back by with a vacuum and get any of the excess stuff out. which is what I need to do since this is a portable unit and mobile. I need to make sure that I don't have just excess stuff coming up and flying off every time. If this is a standard layout, you could probably leave it and I think it would be just fine. But for my purposes, I'm going to vacuum that stuff up, because even I can see I've got a little bit in my track area and stuff like that. But overall, I have to say that this flocking tool is really, really good. I highly recommend it. I will leave a link in the description for that. I will also leave a link for some of the static grasses that I use. Also for the static tack. But like I said, if anybody else has some other stuff that they would recommend, that would be great. And I believe I can also find the foam nails as well. I'll leave a link on those if you need those. But this is what I wanted to go over this week as far as trying this stuff out. So I appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully this helps you and kind of gives you an idea on, you know, what tools it takes to do it. If it's something that you would like to add to your layout, I think it gives it kind of a realistic, prototypical look to it. So again, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe button if you like. Hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified of future videos. And we'll look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Take care, everyone.